Hello, everyone. Welcome back here. Thank you so much. If this is your second or third time or fourth time joining me, I really, really appreciate it. I'm back here with more Transformers figures. This time is Legacy Evolution Trashmaster. This is, of course, an addition for me to my Junkion army there. I do have a couple of those, so I decided to add this guy in there to further up the ranks again. Legacy Evolution is awesome because it's given us all these different characters. You see the actual figure there, no plastic anymore, so you won't have that there. You got the Legacy Evolution artwork here on the right. On the left here, we've got some Cybertronian text there. We've got Trashmaster here in action, and of course we got a close-up of his face. And over here on the back, we get, of course, the shots of the vehicle mode. He's got a little bit of a dump truck mode there, and Trashmaster here in his robot mode. Of course, with these Junkions, they've gone all out, and you can mix and match a lot of the parts, like the legs, the arms, and this seems to be the case here as well, where you can combine this guy with all the other different Junkions that you can take apart. But really cool nonetheless to have this guy at it. I'm going to open it up and give you guys a look. All right, guys, so Trashmaster here from Legacy Evolution. Got him out the box. He's all set up. A bit conflicted about this one. I do like his overall shape, but as you'll see through the video here, he's got a lot of kibble. So anyway, as far as accessories, he does get this, I guess I'm going to call it a claw or a gun that comes in the box. And you've got these two ports here that he can use to hold in his hand. It's really nicely done. Reminds me a lot of like animated, Transformers animated. I don't know why this style of this claw, but you got some brown, some red. Of course, very Junkion-like colors. But a nice little accessory. Gives him a bit of a different look from all the other Junkions in this line. And that's pretty much it as far as the guy. Now, when you get this in the box, there are a couple of pieces that are not attached to him. The main one being, well, the first one being these, I guess, handles. You can see they come off. You're gonna get two of them. I mean, you can technically attach these anywhere. That's the cool thing about these Junkion figures is they've got ports pretty much everywhere. The instructions do tell you to put them pretty much right here in the skirts. So you can do that. Oh, I'm messing around with it here. But you can put this on the skirts and get it in there. So it looks something like that on both sides. The other part was this whole front section of the his vehicle mode. Essentially, in the box, you can take this off, and this can come apart. And this is pretty much a part of one of the allure of these figures is you can mix and match. So you could take the other smaller Junkions like Crash Bar and Scrap Hook and mix them up. So again, done in this salmon and brown and this really cool front grille with the wheels there. It goes attached back here via these two ports. And therein lies, just I guess before we move on with the figure, some of my gripes is I don't mind the hip skirts. They do tend to get a bit in the way with the waist articulation. The one part that kind of bums me out is that I do like the overall shape of this guy, but then he's got this whole kibble sort of hanging out back here. At least that's what the instructions tell you to do, is this kind of just hangs around back there. You know, so that's a bit of a bummer, but it's not anything that can be remedied because, as I said, if you wanted to, you can remove this and then he is left you know, with a cleaner back at that point, right? That looks, at least to me, a lot better. And you could always remove these as well to give them a overall better shape. As far as the head, again, this reminds me a lot of like an animated, Transformers animated for some reason. But it's not a bad thing. It's a great thing. I love the head there. with that big jaw, the red eyes, and the silver accent. You got a little bit of a mohawk there. The head can move fully around. He can, I guess, not really look up. He can't really look down, but that's as far as you'll get. And then moving on down, he's got these Optimus-like chest with these windows here. Again, some post-apocalyptic kind of vehicle mode with the grates all over the windows. You got this gray molded torso with some nice little details. The waist with the brown and red, and then moving on down to the legs here. Got this big wheel sort of hanging out, and the feet. Again, very brown and tan, which again, it's been part of the course for the Junkion. So again, it looks really nice. And he's got this big gorilla-like hands, which I love. Got these little spikes as a detail here. Some, I guess, tubes or pipes or whatever you want to call it. And of course, he's got these built-in guns into his hands here, which look really cool. Overall, he does have a nice shape, as I said. Really cool. He can move his arms fully around, so you can do that. You can extend them out that much. So he's got a nice range of motion. You know, you got your elbows here, 90 degree, and the hands do move as well. And you can spin the hands, I guess, on this shoulder joint as well. So you're covered from there. The waist can move, as I said. Once you remove the kibble, you'll have a better time, I guess, getting this to fully turn around if you wanted to. He can kick up. You see that there, and then he's got just about 90, I guess. So again, you can get these legs in a pretty cool pose for how chunky and big this robot is. And you've got these pretty wide feet, so he'll have no problem sort of standing along, and he's got a good range of motion. The only thing is you don't get you get some ankle, so I mean, I guess enough to put him in good poses, but nothing too crazy. But you know what you get is serviceable, right? So from articulation standpoint, he is good. You just have to remove a lot of the I guess this part from the back to give you more posability. This is how the back looks, and like I said, is you're going to see all these different ports, and those are for the weapons or things, and you can also mix and match with the other smaller Junkions. So that's really cool. Some hollowness back here on these legs, but yeah, don't mind it too much. I love this detail though on the side with the chains. This is going to play a part in the vehicle mode, but it looks really cool there. As I said, this weapon, you can fit it on either hand, but you know, you can put it in here sort of like that, and he's got I guess a bit of his claw thing going on here. Just trying to get that in there. All right, so there you go. So it looks like he's got a bit of a hungry arm there that can open that up. And then I guess if you wanted to, you can take these parts and attach them to different places. So, you know, you don't necessarily need to keep them in the back. If you can get them to fit somewhere else, like something like that, if you wanted to, that's a thing. But, you know, it's entirely up to you. But it's nice that they give you these really weird options, I guess. So overall, you know, I'm okay with the figure. I would say he is not my favorite Junkion. There are other much better ones, but he is not that bad. Anyway, so I'll try to get through the transformation now. And, you know, let's put this back here so that you guys can get the full effect. But yeah, that back skirt really bothers me, just sort of hanging out. Anyway, so transformation wise, so let's begin by removing this claw arm here, this lobster arm as I like to call it. Then we are going to move this head essentially in. We're gonna push this down, have the head sort of hiding in there all the way down. Then we're gonna take this back panel here and move it forward like that. And we're gonna take these arms, put them forward like so. Let's take these, turn them this way, and what we'll do is we'll undo these sections here. They're tabbed in, and turn them fully around. As you do that, you'll see here these gray sections will meet up with these, so they sit like that. Same thing here. Do that, and then you can then take these two sections here, and they will fold in each other, and you'll see a tab that goes tabbed in there. Little section. Just gotta match them up, and there you go. Then take these hip skirts, and when you're like that, get them out of the way for now, so you'll look like something like this. So next would be to work on these legs. So you're going to take the feet here, and you're going to fold them in on both sides. Take that. Then you're going to take these and join them. Again, there's like tabs here that you should tab in here as well. So you're going to take those, join them together. And then we're going to take this whole section once these legs are kind of joined and just do that. Is take this whole section here and move it back so that it gets on tab right there. And then you'll see two tabs here that are going to get tabbed in these sections. So once you fold everything down, the tabs should meet up so that you're left with something like that. So you'll see everything's nice and tabbed in at that point. Then you're gonna take, and just make sure that this is in there. These sections here, they're gonna tab, so a tab here, here, and here. So you're just gonna take that. You can move these, essentially swing them out of the way, but then you're gonna get these in there, and then same thing here. You're gonna move this out of the way, and you're gonna tab it in there. Make sure everything kind of fits in place like it should be. You can always take these out, you know, if you need to, but again, that's a thing that you can do there. The next thing is, and this is the part that I always have a bit of an issue with, is you got to fold all of this in, and it gets tabbed in two places. So you see these two sections are going to get tabbed in there, but then also these two up here in this brown part. So you're going to have to fold it in and sort of try to get both sections in there like that so that it tabs in place. So you're going to take this and you're going to make sure that this gets tabbed in there. Make sure the head here, or the head of the claw here, it's all the way up, so that way you can fit this in. And you're going to tab into the hands and just make sure it's all tabbed in there. And then you can move this down if you wanted to, so that it looks like that. And then at that point, you are done with the transformation. You get rolling wheels. This guy does roll pretty well. And I want to say that this is probably the better mode for this guy, or at least I prefer it better. Definitely post-apocalyptic trash van or garbage dump truck, whatever you want to call it. Again, you got the nice details here from the arms. The front windshield and everything comes together. It's really nice and packaged. Like it's really cool. Nothing is really loose or anything. And the vehicle mode, again, with the very Junkion / post-apocalyptic look, does really well. I love the gas tanks here, the windows, the front. It's really cool. And again, really cool vehicle mode there. Yeah, so I think I actually do prefer this mode to the actual robot mode there, but good stuff. And of course, as I said, this being a Junkion, you could take different parts, you know, as you look through the instructions, you can take his legs off, his torso, this, I think this whole front bottom section, and mix and match with the other Junkions, right? So that's the thing. Personally, I just got these just to round up my Junkion army, which you'll see in a second. But overall, it's a cool little addition. I wish the robot mode didn't have that much kibble, but I think this vehicle mode kind of makes up for it. So, all right, guys. So going to wrap this one up with some comparisons as we close. But as you can see, I do like this little guy. I prefer the vehicle mode a little better than the robot mode. I ended up moving the kibble, for example, here on the hip skirts, those gray pieces. The instructions say to go here. I ended up moving them to the legs. I kind of felt like it fit better here, and it kind of doesn't get in the way as much, you know, of the hip skirts and trying to turn. The other thing I did is I took the front bottom of the truck mode, essentially, that would normally be hanging out back here. I moved this slightly up, and I attached them here to the back of the shoulder. So I think that gives them overall better shape, and I'm liking it this way a lot more. So that's one thing I do appreciate about the Junkions, is all these ports that you can attach to different parts to. So in this case, it's kind of worked to the benefit of me enjoying this figure a lot more, because I do like him the way he looks now. So some comparisons. I had a couple of guys here, not that have anything to do with him, but here he is next to Cyclonus, Kingdom Cyclonus in G2 Universe G-Axis there. These guys are much bigger, but just to show you there the size comparison, if you're interested to see what that looks like. That's really cool. We can move that out of the way. And then here we have him next to Studio Series Perceptor here on the left, and Siege Springer. So again, he fits in actually really well with Springer here. Not so much Perceptor, but I think that kind of works out well. You know, looks really cool. We'll move Springer out of the way as I drop him, and here he is next to Optimus Prime. Gotta have some Optimus. So of course Optimus there is much bigger, but this guy is much bulkier. So anyway, just want to show you that as a comparison. So that's that. And of course, the main reason for me wanting to get this guy was to increase my little Junkion army. So here he is next to Scrap Hook, I believe, if I remember this name right, and Crash Bar here on the left. These guys are much smaller than you know, this guy here. So I just want to again show you the difference, but you could see the, you know, the colors, the salmon color, the gold, the red, all very fit in really nicely with each other here, right? So Trashmaster has a very cohesive look to fit in these two other guys. We'll move these out of the way for now, and then here he is next to Wreck-Gar. And Junk Heap. So again, this guy being a Junkion, that's why I got Trashmasters to sort of fill in my Junkion ranks. But there you go. That's sort of what they look like. So if we move Junk Pile out of the way here and do Scrap Heap, then there he is next to Scrap Heap right there. So you'll see what these two look like together. But overall, you know what? I am happy with it. I think he complements these other little guys very well. And now I have my little Junkion army that I was looking to put together. But, you know, if you can maybe get this Trashmaster guy on a sale, I think it'll be a good thing. I don't know, there's definitely a must, but it's a good little figure, and you can rearrange him to make him look a little better. But nonetheless, I am happy with it. Anyway, that is it for me, guys. If I missed anything, misspoke, if you have a question, feel free to leave a comment. Otherwise, thank you very much for your very valuable time, and I will catch you in the next Transformers video. Take care.